The Denver Broncos are playing without their star quarterback, Bo Nix. Bo Nix got hurt last week against the Buffalo Bills in overtime. He has an ankle injury. He's out for this game. They're going to have to rely on their backup quarterback, Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham hasn't played a game all year, not even in garbage time. So you got Jarrett Stidham coming in and playing against the New England Patriots? Man, that sounds like trouble. That doesn't sound really good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Mr. Maine's podcast. Today, I'm going to bring you two exciting games, NFL championship rounds. The first game is the New England Patriots at the Denver Broncos. The Patriots are a 5.5 favorite at DraftKings currently, and the over-under is 42.5. This is going to be a great game, a good game. The Denver Broncos don't have their star quarterback, Bo Nix, who was hurt last week against the Buffalo Bills in a game that went to overtime, and the Broncos ended up winning 33-30. Bo Nix injured his ankle, and he's been ruled out of this game. His backup, Jarrett Stidham, is starting, and Jarrett Stidham hasn't played a game all season, not even in garbage time. It's going to be very difficult for him to manage, and he's going to have to heavily rely on R.J. Harvey, the running back. The running game of Denver is pretty much non-existent because rushing yards, besides R.J. Harvey, was Bo Nix. And Jarrett Stidham is not much of a running threat. So he's going to have to throw the ball down the field to the wide receivers, consisting of Marvin Mims, who had an excellent game last week, Courtney Sutton. Now, Denver's defense, consisting of Nick Bonitto, the sack master, Alex Singleton, and Talanoa Hufanga, who's playing exceptionally well in the playoffs. He reminds me of another Hall of Famer, Troy Polamalu. So Denver defense is stout. They still got a good, very defense in this game. If they can just get Jarrett Stidham to not to turn the ball over, fumbling the ball, or throw an interception, they're going to be in this game to the very end. Denver is in this game. The New England Patriots are loaded on offense. They got the quarterback, Drake May, who's an MVP candidate. They also got the two running backs, Henderson and Stevenson. Both these guys can carry the ball against the opponents and get good yardage. They got the wide receivers and tight end in Stephon Diggs and Kayshon Boutte and the big tight end of Hunter Henry. They are an offensive juggernaut. It's going to be difficult and very hard for Coach Sean Payton of the Denver Broncos to devise a game plan to stop them. But if anybody can do it, Denver can, because they got that stout defense. Denver's defense, consisting of the linebackers, Alex Singleton and Nick Bonitto. They got two very good linebackers in the backfield that can stop the ball carriers and tight ends. And they also got the safety, Talanoa Hufanga, who's a very good defensive back. So on defense, they're very good and very stout. Coach Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos are going to be in this game defensively. It's just that, can they muster enough offense to win this game and get New England to go 3-0? That's going to be the real test. Let's talk about New England's defense. They got a very stout defense. They got the safety, Craig Woodson, who had an excellent game last week. They also got the lockdown corner, Christian Gonzalez. They also got the good linebacker, Robert Spillane. These three guys is going to be trying to stop the wide receivers and tight end of Denver in the game, and I believe they can do it. This is what I see happening in the game. I see the New England Patriots with that great offense of theirs throwing the ball down the field to the wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry, and Kayshon Boutte. I see them pounding the ball with Henderson and Stevenson. Offensively, I think they're going to be too much for Denver. Denver, they're going to struggle on offense because without Bo Nix not being playing in the game, they're not going to be much of a running threat. So they're going to rely a lot on R.J. Harvey to run the ball and Jarrett Stidham to throw the ball down the field. I see New England winning this game by the score of 24-17. Take New England minus 5.5. Welcome, everyone, to Mr. Main's podcast. Today, we got a great game between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are playing at home, and they are a 2.5 favorite at DraftKings with the over and under 46.5. The Seattle Seahawks being led by the quarterback, Sam Darnold, and their wide receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba. They got the two dual tandem running backs of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. This team is loaded on offense, led by the second-year coach, Mike Macdonald, who has led this team to the best record in the NFC. Now, the Los Angeles Rams coming in with a 2-game postseason winning streak, beating the Carolina Panthers and also beating the Chicago Bears last week in the score of 20-17. They got big bad Matthew Stafford, who's an MVP candidate, coming in and playing in Seattle. These are divisional rivals. They have played each other 2 times already this season, with both teams winning games on their home turf. This is the 3rd game, and this is going to be one hell of a game. So let's get it started. Now, the Los Angeles Rams on offense, they're loaded too. They got Matthew Stafford, the wizard, who's clutch, who's been coming through in the 4th quarter. He's beat 2 opponents in the 4th quarter, such as the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. He planned to do it again this week against the Seattle Seahawks. They got the all-star wide receiver, Puka Nacua. They got Devontae Adams. They got the tight end, Kobe Parkinson, who catch the winning touchdown against the Carolina Panthers. Now, this team also got the running back, Karen Williams, and Blake Corum. This team also got the head coach, Sean McVay, who has coached them against the Cincinnati Bengals. They're wanting to get through the Seattle Seahawks again. Well, can they do it? Well, gotta see, because Seattle is no slouch. This team defensively is one of the best teams in the league with the Legion of Boom 2.0, consisting of Ernest Jones, Drake Thomas, and Leonard Williams. They also got a good quarterback, Sam Darnold, who they acquired in the offseason from Minnesota. They got running back Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, dual threats. And the coach, Mike Macdonald, is one hell of a coach. This game is going to be a defensive game. It's going to be a close game between these two divisional rivals. Who do I see winning? Let me break it down to you. So let's look at the last game they played against each other. Thursday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks won the game in overtime by a score of 38-37. Let's look at the box score, what happened in that game. You got Matthew Stafford, who had hell of a good game. He threw for 457 yards, 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. And Puka Nacua, the wide receiver, had 12 receptions with 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the Rams, with the quarterback play of Matthew Stafford and the receiver Puka Nacua, they had one hell of a game. The dual backs of Blake Corum and Kyrie Williams, the 2 running backs, Kyrie Williams had 23 carries for 70 yards. Blake Corum had 14 carries for 46 yards in this game and 1 touchdown. So this was an offensive game on Thursday night between the 2 teams. Now, let's take a look at the Seattle Seahawks box scores, see what they did in last game. As you can see, Sam Darnold didn't have such a great game. He had 2 touchdowns with 2 interceptions and 4 sacks. He got sacked 4 times by the Los Angeles Rams defense in this game. But the running back, Kenneth Walker, had a big game. He had 11 carries, 100 yards. He also had a touchdown. Zach Charbonnet had 9 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba had 8 receptions, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Seattle Seahawks, how they won this game? They made big plays. The Los Angeles Rams lost last game because they gave up 3 big plays in the game. The first big play they gave up was a 55-yard touchdown run by Kenneth Walker. The second big play they gave up was a 42-yard punt return by Rashid Shaheed. And the third big play they gave up was a 26-yard touchdown pass from Sam Darnold to the tight end, A.J. Barner. This is the reason why they lost the last game they played in Seattle on Thursday night. If the Los Angeles Rams want to win this game and move on, they're going to have to not give up the big plays. This is what I think is going to happen. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to be a close game. Even though it's going to be a high-scoring game, each team is going to take turn going down the field and scoring touchdowns because both teams are offensively strong in this game. And it's hard to keep a good offense down for 4 quarters. I think that at the end of the day, the home field advantage of Seattle, the 12th man, is going to make the difference. And I doubt Sam Darnold is going to have another bad game. I believe Sam Darnold is going to have a good game. I believe Sam Darnold is going to throw for 300 yards and get about 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. I think Kenneth Walker is going to have a great game. He's going to run for 100 yards and get a touchdown. Last but not least, I think the star wide receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba, is going to get it over 100-yard receiving and get a touchdown. At the end of the day, I see Seattle getting by the Los Angeles Rams by the score of 28-24. Take the Seattle Seahawks minus 2.5.